Hey guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Kerr details Kuminga relationship heading into 2024-25 season. With the 2024-2025 NBA season a few weeks away, Steve Kerr is impressed with Jonathan Kuminga's growth as he enters his fourth year with the Warriors. Speaking to the San Francisco Standard's Tim Kawakami on the TK show, the Golden State coach opened up about Kuminga's steady improvement since entering the league. "I think JK, if you look at his 3 years here, I think it would look like the stock market over 10 years, Kerr said to Kawakami. "There have been some dips for sure, moments where I sat him, didn't play him and took him out of the rotation. But from when he walked in 3 years ago until now, he is dramatically better. And that's how this is supposed to go. Success and improvement are never linear at this level, but especially for someone with so little experience." Kerr then explained that Kuminga still is incredibly young and would have barely started his professional basketball career in a previous era. "He's still so young. If this were 20 years ago, 30 years ago, he would have just finished his 4th year of college or his rookie year in the NBA," Kerr told Kawakami. "When you throw all that stuff in, I love where JK is right now because he's gotten so much better, but he still has room for growth, which is the exciting part. So, I've talked to him about this upcoming year and what the expectations are. I'm excited about it, he's excited about it, he loves it here, he's told me that." With many other members of the 2021 NBA draft class receiving lucrative contract extensions, Kuminga has not yet reached an agreement with Golden State, something that Kerr noted. "I think the hardest part for him is that he doesn't have the extension yet and he's seen some of the same guys from his draft class get extensions, but he understands the business," Kerr explained to Kawakami. "He still has some things to prove, and he's committed to going out and doing them, and I'm going to help him every step and I'm excited about it." Jonathan Kuminga addresses Warriors extension talks. Jonathan Kuminga addressed the extension talks of the lack thereof with the Golden State Warriors in an interview with the San Francisco Standard's Tim Kawakami. "I haven't really got into it that much," Kuminga told Kawakami. "I don't want to step my foot off track. I'm focusing on how can I be great? How can I help something? The better you play, the more you do things, everything's going to open up itself. So I'm not worried about things like that because I know who I am, I know myself. At the end of the day, it's just having an opportunity, a chance to go out there and prove. And just waiting for the moment. It's God's plan, so I'm not even tripping or thinking about it day to day. Whenever it happens, it's going to happen." Kuminga and the Warriors have until October 31st to strike a deal. Otherwise, the rising star will become a restricted free agent after this season. The 21-year-old Kuminga is seeking a max deal, similar to the $224 million over 5 years his draft classmate Franz Wagner of Orlando Magic and Scottie Barnes of Toronto Raptors received, according to Yahoo Sports' Jake Fisher. However, the Warriors aren't currently prepared to give Kuminga a max extension or anything that stretches too close to that $44.8 million annual salary, per The Athletic's Anthony Slater. "There have been tentative extension discussions between the sides," league sources said, "but a clear divide remains," Slater wrote. "Part of the reason the Warriors are reluctant to extend Kuminga this offseason is because of the poison pill," according to Slater, "which will make salary matching complicated in case they would need to include their young forward in star trade if the opportunity arises toward the February trade deadline." Unlike last season, when Kuminga showed his impatience, particularly about his lack of playing time under Warriors coach Steve Kerr, this time, the 4th-year forward is taking a patient approach when it comes to his extension talks with the team that drafted him. "Everybody's got their time when God opens their doors," Kuminga told Kawakami. "My door isn't open yet. At some point, it's going to be open. Obviously, soon or anytime, I know they're going to be open. If you look at what other people are getting or doing or having, it's going to slow you down. So, I'm not trying to slow down. Try to keep doing what I always do, you know? With the team again loaded with veterans even after Klay Thompson and Chris Paul left in the offseason, Kerr would be facing the same roster crunch that kept Kuminga frustrated in the first half of last season. After The Athletic reported Kuminga has lost faith in Kerr in January, their once frosty relationship was smoothed out over a meeting. Kerr inserted Kuminga in the starting lineup, and the Warriors' former lottery pick took off. Kuminga averaged 17.2 points, 5.2 rebounds, and 2.8 assists in 46 games as a starter, as he often looked as the team's second-best scoring option behind franchise star Stephen Curry. If Kuminga can take another leap this season, he could have a strong case to merit the rookie max extension next summer. Why Warriors' potential Giannis Antetekounmpo trade pursuit comes with caveats. Championships are what define any NBA organization. Teams aren't remembered for almost winning a championship, but for sealing the deal and hoisting the Larry O'Brien Championship trophy into the air. The Golden State Warriors have been able to do so 4 times since 2015, which is why so many have labeled them this generation's dynasty. In between the Warriors' 4 championships over the last decade, Giannis Antetokounmpo was able to break through and cement his legacy with the Milwaukee Bucks in the 2021 NBA Finals. Giannis, who you could make an argument for regarding the argument of who the best player in the world is, has been the face of the Bucks for quite some time. He is on the verge of entering his 12th NBA season in Milwaukee, and the scary thing is that Antetokounmpo is still only 29 years old. The Greek superstar is just now reaching the pinnacle and prime years of his career, plus he gets to play alongside Damian Lillard, who has proven to be one of the best scoring guards in league history. This is why the Bucks hold high championship aspirations ahead of the 2024-25 NBA season. Even with all of this potential and hype, the Bucks still can't mask the fact that they have struggled since claiming a championship 3 years ago. A victory in the 2021 NBA Finals was followed up by an exit in the Eastern Conference semifinals, which has led to back-to-back first-round exits for Antetekounmpo and company. Mike Budenholzer was removed as the head coach following the team's first-round exit in 2023, and after hiring Adrian Griffin before the 2023-24 season, the first-year head coach was removed and replaced by Doc Rivers before the All-Star break. Rivers now enters his first full season with the Bucks, a year that has a lot on the line. Aside from the futures of Chris Middleton, Bobby Portis, and others being on the line, Milwaukee needs to prove that they are still one of the teams to beat for Giannis' sake. Just because he is under contract through the 2027-28 season doesn't mean Antetokounmpo won't think about the idea of cementing his legacy elsewhere, especially should the Bucks' struggles continue. While it isn't expected to happen today, nor tomorrow, or even as the 2024-25 season begins, Giannis possibly switching teams and leaving the Bucks has become a key discussion among league circles. Antetokounmpo would undoubtedly have the other 29 teams around the league lining up for his services if he were ever interested in leaving the Bucks, but the one team that always seems to be connected with the 2-time MVP in rumors is the Warriors. Before Antetokounmpo signed his 3-year, $175 million extension with the Bucks, the Warriors were lining up to be the superstar's top suitor. The Warriors' interest in Giannis has not dissipated, and the organization still holds firm belief that they can win more championships before Stephen Curry retires. Does this mean there is actually a chance that Golden State could go all in on adding Giannis Antetokounmpo in the coming year? A path to Antetokounmpo joining the Warriors certainly exists, yet there are quite a few obstacles and hurdles that would need to be dealt with, starting with the fact that the Bucks have no desire to see Antetokounmpo in another team's jersey. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Giannis Antetokounmpo? Leave your opinion in the comments.